Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome to Sons of Liberty 1773. I'm your host, Bill Bailey. If you haven't subscribed, please do. You will find this community is liberty-loving folks from America and around the world, people that want a small government, a government that doesn't violate our God-given rights and keeps their freaking hands out of our labors, right? Our money. Our efforts in the world. We don't work for them, they work for us. At least that's the way the American founders had originally set up our government, not so much working that way. So here's another disturbing story. Actually, I need a hat change for this one, folks. I wear this hat on special occasions, and this is one of them. Okay? Now, the Biden administration, right, the Democrats, are about staying in power. They're about buying votes, and that's what this is about. They're going to spend money we don't have, $36 billion for you and I, okay, to pay for someone else's mismanaged pension fund. Is the government giving you any money, folks, for your 401ks? They adding to that? Are they making up for the inflation they're robbing you from? I think not, right? But when you're in the evil cabal, you know, they take care of one another. So $36 billion in union pensions bailout when this nation is bankrupt as can be. You know, let's throw money, launder money through Ukraine. Let's do the Build Back Better. You know, all this communist takeover funding with money we don't have. I mean, they're just destroying our country. But here it is, okay? Biden announces $36 billion bailout for union pension plans. Isn't that lovely? Biden calls himself most pro-labor president in history. Yeah, right. I think that was Donald Trump, to be honest. President Joe Biden announced Thursday he will pump $36 billion into a union pension plan to prevent drastic benefit cuts for pensioners, just a week after he signed a railroad labor deal opposed by several union organizers. It wasn't giving them enough paid sick leave, I believe. The announcement marks the largest federal award for retiree pensions in history and is funded by Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, according to the White House. The $36 billion will go to the Central States Pension Fund, which is mostly for Teamster union members. The $36 million amounts to about half of the available federal funds for pension relief under the American Rescue Plan. We could reword that to Turn America Red Plan, as in red as in hammer and sickle communism. The pension fund, which covers 350,000 members, was at risk of cuts as high as 60%, while the Biden White House said the fund will now be stable until at least 2051. I'll share why it's this number, folks, here. Thanks to today's announcement, tens of thousands of union retirees, quoting somebody here. Thanks to today's announcement, tens of thousands of union retirees and workers in states like Ohio, Michigan, Texas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Missouri can go to bed tonight knowing their pensions they work so damn hard for is going to be there when they need it, Biden said. He spoke at the White House with Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh, Teamsters President Sean O'Brien, and AFL-CIO President Liz Schuler. Biden's announcement came a week after he negotiated a labor agreement with railroad companies that did not include paid sick leave, for unions insisting that more paid sick days must be added to the deal, including the Teamsters Maintenance Union, but Congress passed the plan without extra time in order to avoid the strike. And so it goes on. What I want to find here, right down here, folks, do you see this? I'm going to highlight it right there, that one. Labor unions donated $27.5 million to Biden's campaign in 2020. Well, that's a pretty good investment, isn't it? You invest 27.5 million, and you get back 36 billion. That's some pretty awesome investing there. So and then Gateway that's at Fox News. Gateway is covering this article as well. You can go over there and read it. Corruption: Biden bailing out Central States Pension Fund after government told them not to cut benefits. The payoff of Central States Pension Fund comes after the government told them not to cut benefits only a short time ago. This was in spite of the fact that pension fund was spending billions more than it was saving. It's a mismanaged pension fund, just like the teachers' pension fund here in Michigan, which I'll share with you. So the Gateway Pundit reported this morning that the Biden is planning, the clown is planning on paying off $36 billion in a union pension that has been mismanaged for years, like all union pension plans. They're just piggy banks for them to rob. President Joe Biden will announce a $36 billion bailout for Central States Pension Fund, helping to shore up one of the nation's biggest multi-employer plans and delivering help to union allies after a contentious rail deal that frayed ties with the organized labor. So it goes on, folks, but it's a fleecing of America. It goes on. This article ends with, now less than a decade later, the government is using taxpayer dollars to pay off the massive debt for the corrupt mismanagement of the fund. Again, the U.S. taxpayer is punished. So let's just talk about this for a quick second here, okay? You're trying to put your kids through college which is extortion now, what the colleges charge. Raise your family, put food on the table, pay for the cars, the house payments, the insurances, and just trying to make ends meet. Then put away some money so some point in your life you can retire and just relax, okay? I got news for you, folks. That dream is gone for all of us, including me. So not only do we got to save for our own retirement, we got to pay for mismanaged retirement funds. If I'm investing in managing my own retirement fund, okay, like a lot of us do, and we screw up, okay, for whatever reason, company misled us, we just made a bad investment, whatever it is, they're not coming to bail us out because we didn't put them in power, folks. This is one hand washes the other. Did you know, this probably piss you off if you live in Michigan, but did you know that all state pensions, road workers, anybody that gets a pension from the state, teachers, right? All that stuff is constitutionally protected. It's enshrined in the Michigan Constitution. Why? Because we're the big union state, right? Teamsters, UAW, and they got a constitutional amendment way back when, I think maybe 63, to protect pensions. You want to read it? I will show it to you. Right there. You will find it in the state constitution. I believe it's under finance, subsection 24, public pension plans and retirement systems obligation. Section 24, the accrued financial benefits of each pension plan and retirement system of the state and its political subdivisions, that's the teachers and all that, shall be a contractual obligation, therefore, which shall not be diminished or impaired thereby. So if you work for the state, your pension's golden, man. The teachers the pension fund for teachers in Michigan is underfunded. They should really go into bankruptcy and figure it out. But no, why would you do that when it's protected by the Constitution of Michigan? You didn't know that, did you? To piss you off? Pisses me off. And the national debt's only what do we actually it's a joke, folks. The number they show you, which is a frightening number, by the way, $31 trillion. The real number, if you go down on if you go to usdebtclock.org, usdebtclock.org, and you go down kind of the bottom middle, it'll say unfunded liabilities. And that number is like 100, and I forget, I haven't looked in a while, well over $100 trillion. America is a bankrupt nation. They did it to us. And I will share this chart really quick before I close out this video, because I got something else I want to talk about in a separate video about Joe Biden leaving our heroes behind, like he just did. But I digress. Let's stick to this. So hang on just a second. Let me pull this chart up. All right, I couldn't find the chart, but what it is basically, up until 1980, America didn't have $1 billion in national debt, not counting unfunded liabilities, okay? And then Reagan added about $1 trillion to the national debt to cut taxes, so the government wasn't getting the income, and they borrowed money to pay their bills. But people that lived through the Reagan Revolution, it worked, man. The economy was ripping and roaring. And then George H.W. Bush came through and dismantled almost immediately everything good that Reagan did for this country. Really an evil bastard. So the debt was inching up, but still well within reason for the amount of money America takes in. Then came George H.W. Bush. He did the TARP bailout, added like 6-7 trillion, I forget the number, to the national debt. Then Barack Obama made George W. Bush look thrifty. And then Trump added 5 trillion, 3 trillion to fix our dilapidated military. So really, if you took that out, he only added 2 trillion, which is when Reagan added $1 trillion back in the 80s. So, and then Joe Biden is, printing money like a freaking madman. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Are you happy to bail out someone else's pension plan because the corrupt unions mismanage the money? Make you feel good? Feel warm and fuzzy over that one, do you? And as bad as this is like a minimal problem for what ails this country. So give me your thoughts. As always, I love you all. Comment down below if you like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Whenever you give them a thumbs up, comment down below and then share it on your social media, Facebook, whatever. It will help bust this algorithm of suppression on this platform. So I will see you. I'm going to make another video and talk about that terrible trade that with the agent of death for a pot-smoking, hate American, woke person leaving one of our military men behind. I'll do that video next. I will see you. Bye-bye.